All right, Tony.
Tuesdays with Teabag.
Tuesdays with Teabag.
I'm totally going to put that when I write it. Tuesday.
Hey, you've been slacking on Instagram. There's been no new post. What's going on with you?
I've been working too much.
Yeah, you're pushing $1 million in sales.
You and your money is getting in the way.
Yeah, this money's got to stop.
Of this
Somebody
free
has to pay my
charity.
bills.
Yeah.
Will you
so
pay
if
mine?
anybody wants to pay my bills, I'm a taker.
Can we get some donations?
Cliff.
please?
Let's reach out to Cliff.
Come on. Sarah McLaughlin, can you please sing a song?
Yeah,
Your $10 a month can help Veronica
pay her bills.
pay her bills.
Right? If everybody did that,
Be
I'd
great.
take care of all of you guys.
Yeah,
Right
imagine,
on.
imagine the Instagram post she could do.
Oh yeah,
She
it'd be
didn't have
great.
to
If
work.
all I had to do was that.
It's your
for
feet.
Sure.
We got to start the Instagram feet page. All right, feet.
The feet.
Tony,
Yes.
we have sex. Oops, sex. What the fuck's going through my mind? We have we have successfully.
I was gonna say that took a turn.
Yeah, really
That
fast.
took a real
We started
deep
talking about
turn.
we talked about feet, and then we got into sex.
All I remember
well,
was
first of all,
the
I
last
wanna
thing
say
you
something.
said was
He
teabag.
talked about feet, and then he
Yeah, then I talked about sex.
Well, you said teabag and feet and
And then
sex.
sex.
What's wrong with you?
You can't hold me.
Isn't
Don't
this
judge
a,
me.
Isn't this a health and wellness segment?
Okay, successfully made it to week 6.
We were
That's
doing
a lot of
so
S's.
well with the words, and then it just
That's a lot
went.
of S's.
Just a few syllables at a time. please.
We've had a little bit too much whiskey. Where are we at, Tony? Are we done?
So this is week 6, last one.
Yes.
So that means next week Mark and him show up in their bikinis, right?
Bikini shots.
No one
Alright.
wants to see
Yes.
that at all in my
Well,
world.
in my defense, I'm wearing a one piece.
well, let's go over last week. How did everybody do with the sleeping 6 to 8 hours? How'd it go?
I'm
How'd
gonna
it
defer to
go?
Mark for that one.
Actually, I got 6 hours last night, man. But yeah. But this was like the end of my week, and I was like kind of at my crash day where like I've had such bad sleep, and then. But I don't care. I mean, I got 6 hours, so I'm taking it.
How long's it been since you got 6 hours?
15 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Last time I did, I was on pot.
So
Right
I mean,
on.
improvements.
Yeah.
Some form of improvement.
Are you needing milk at any time during that night?
I didn't last night.
Ah, that's
Yeah,
good
man.
shit, man. Teabag knows his shit.
Yeah,
Not
Dr.
gonna say anything
Dr. Teabag.
here.
yeah. Yeah.
That's
Homo.
cool, though. No,
I mean,
that's awesome.
homopathic.
Oh,
Wait
my-
a wait a minute.
Homeopathy.
No, seriously,
Homeopathic.
that is huge and good
Yeah,
to
I
know.
think so
Like,
too. I
awesome
think
job.
so too. Yep.
What about Veronica? Because she, Teabag, is a runner.
Well, she's also super stressed out.
Yeah.
So
She doesn't
maybe
have,
this week.
She
it
doesn't
will
I'm going
help.
to try this week.
she doesn't have the red eye.
Well, and she hasn't been fucking doing anything.
She hasn't been here. Yeah, she hasn't been here anyway. Did you even try to achieve 6
No,
hours?
I did. It was impossible. I've been working so much
Oh my
that
god.
it just literally was impossible. Even if I wanted to, I just can't. Maybe starting tomorrow. I might be caught up tomorrow, and then Monday night I can start.
All right. Wait. Tomorrow or today?
No, I have to work tonight, so.
Oh my God.
I may not get sleep tonight. So, but tomorrow I should be close to caught up. Then I can sleep
Well,
again.
you're gonna have to implement 2 things then.
All right.
Great.
So
Hit us with it, Tony.
Well, wait. How long have you been sleeping, Manny?
Since we implemented it, I get between probably 6 to 7.5 hours.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's funny because I have done everything I can to adhere to Father Teabag over there.
Mhm.
The only
I would call you
issue,
child teabag. Sorry.
yeah, the only issue,
Little T.
Yes.
the only issue that I have is bread is the devil, and I cannot tell you everywhere I fucking look,
It's a bread.
it's bread
Yeah.
everywhere.
It's
fucking
in
pizza,
everything.
hamburger,
Yeah.
my tortillas. You're killing me with this shit,
So
man.
you can do egg white tortillas.
What?
I have no idea
Never
what you're
heard.
talking about.
Look them up.
No
You'll
clue.
love that.
What are you
actually.
talking
You
about?
will fucking love that.
You understand how tortillas are made, right?
Yeah.
Like flour. There ain't no
Yeah.
eggs. I don't
It's
remember my mother-in-law making anything.
Flour and
It's
lard.
called
Yeah.
a
They
substitute.
might actually hurt us if we go to them and be like, we need egg tortillas.
Yeah.
They might hurt
This
us
is-
for
You
that
get
one.
jumped.
What
Yeah.
the fuck does that
Well,
mean?
you don't ask for them; you go buy them. But it's a good substitute. So cauliflower pizza, that's your crust.
That is good, but I've tried to eat my 20% of carbs. Everything's either breaded, because we know the Lolo issue. We had the Lolo incident.
Sounds
No,
delicious.
no,
we should go to
Lolo.
Lolo's
Right.
this week.
So breaded, and then everything else outside of the cauliflower pizza. I drive down the street. I cannot find a fucking thing without everything that's bad for me.
Manny, I have a crazy idea.
I don't want to cook for myself, Tony.
Pre-package your meals.
Go to the
prepare-
grocery store.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bread there.
Make your own.
There
though,
is.
bro.
Stay
Make your own.
Yeah.
stay on the outskirts.
You know
yeah.
what I did? I went down Safeway and I was like, I looked at my wife and I said, hey, do drumsticks, do the ice cream cone drumsticks, is that made from bread too? The cones? And she was like, yeah. She gave me that same fucking look, and I
got
was like,
wheat
No,
flour.
No, it's
Fucking wing.
actually made from old roofing shingles.
So guys, so
That's what
let
it
me
looks like.
let me break it down to you. So like that book that I'm reading, it's called Wheat Belly. What it basically said is on the glycemic index. The glycemic index is out of 100. Okay, on the glycemic index, a Snickers is 45. Okay,
Oh.
not
Yeah.
not not too bad.
That's
so
less than half.
so
Wait,
basically,
Wait, like a full
so
one
s-
or like
a full
Snack.
Snickers,
Oh, okay,
a
that's
full
wow.
Snickers. So what they're
Good.
basically saying is that one Snickers is going to elevate your blood sugar 45 milligrams per deciliter or whatever the fuck it is. Okay, so do you want to know what 2 pieces of whole wheat, like the good shit that everybody says to buy, whole wheat, 2 pieces of bread? What does
One-
that rank?
120.
72.
God damn, you're almost back.
You're killing yourself by loading yourself with these breads and this wheat flour.
Well-
So it's wheat flour that is what's really shooting that blood sugar up. So it
So can you use different flours? Because there's
Yes.
like almond flour. There's
100%.
All sorts
Yeah.
of, okay.
Well, I tried a substitute too. So I noticed that the bread is too thick, and because we're on this deal, like I am really hating eating that bread, and it does blow you to pieces.
It
I mean,
swells
yeah,
you.
it makes me feel sick.
Mhm.
So I went and I bought rye bread, which is sliced thinner, and the rye flour I think I was hoping was healthier. And then I'm only eating a half a slice of it with to toast it in the morning.
Well, so-
and I toast it, and the toasting it actually seems to help it not blow up so much.
yeah. Well, no, and that's the thing is what has happened over the last 50 years.
How does it taste though? I don't know if I like.
I love
rye.
it. It's phenomenal.
Is it like rye whiskey?
It's made with the same grain.
Well, there you go. We
Same
can have
grain,
rye
I'm in
whiskey
it.
and rye bread.
I'm fucking
But
in
no,
there.
I mean literally over the past 50 years, what have we done? We've taken the wheat, like that product,
Mhm.
and modified it so much to where we've shortened its stem so that it grows a stronger bud. We've, all of these different things that we've scientifically cool as shit. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but we do not. That's not natural to do.
Right.
And we do not process that being natural beings, So basically what it does is it's just we have made it so easy for wheat to convert to glucose that it literally is just, it's almost like the body's heroin now.
Oh, wow.
And that's why
we love it.
that's why we love it
And
so
we
much.
crave it.
Exactly.
And that shit is addicting, bro.
Yeah, no, and it's insane to think about, but it's true.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm like walking into rooms. Does somebody say bread? Bread?
Yeah.
Somebody say
Yeah.
bread?
Yeah.
You're like,
Or,
Yeah.
the bakeries in every grocery store, they're just like
yes.
pumping that
Yep.
through the
Yeah.
air conditioner.
Yeah, and if you don't know anything about pan de huevo, man, you don't know what you're fucking missing, man.
Mm.
That's like that comes in every kind of bread there is. You know what I mean? The bad bread, the worst bread, the bread will kill you. So what do you got for us this week? Because we have achieved 6 weeks of this shit.
well, this is week
been
6.
good.
Well, I guess it
Well,
is.
talk
You're,
about
you're right.
your everybody. Like, how are you doing? Have you lost more weight? Are your clothes like what's your?
Well,
what's
for
happening?
me, as we said,
give us the rundown.
Yeah.
as I said last week, so I'm down about 6 pounds. Now, mind you, I was trying to follow it to a T. That's for you, T-Bag. The workout seems to be a little bit more difficult just because of time.
Another
I think,
T.
Yeah, I would have been. I think I would have been down more weight. But other than that, my energy's completely up, high. I have no problem stopping within my window, to be honest with you, and I'm not challenging anyone, nor am I asking for it, T-Bag.
More time. Keep your
I
time
could
to
have. I could
yourself.
do 6 hours and not flinch. My body's regulated to not eating it until about noon. I don't get hungry until about noon. When I do, I can usually have 3 solids and I'm good. My last meal's at 8, and I mean I'll stay on the fasting window for sure.
It creates that routine.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that weird? Like
Yeah.
it's insane. It really is.
What about you, Veronica? You haven't done shit.
Well, first of all, I am at least way more conscious of what I do eat now.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely think about
That's
it
half the
now.
battle.
Right. And in the window, I definitely don't eat after hours anymore, and I wait till later in the day to eat. And I don't know how much weight I've lost, but I definitely know that I have. Like last night, we had a Halloween party, and I put on this like an outfit I probably wouldn't have worn a month or so ago, right? Because it would have showed more imperfections than I
What
would
was
like
it?
to show.
What'd
so
you go
He
at?
had,
I know,
He
don't
had
you-
to
what'd you go
fucking
at?
ask.
Where'd you go? Come on.
So it was just the Top Gun outfit, but it was like one of those that are
Goose.
like stuck on glue to you, basically.
You're talking
So-
about a flight suit
Yes, but
and
it
a
was
zipper
like
in the front?
yes, but it was like a total tight like morph suit thing,
Good for
and I
you.
really
Those are
wouldn't-
supposed to be baggy.
right.
They're not
for
supposed to be
not
tight.
She
for
shot-
girls.
she got it in the-
ladies.
She got
Not
it in
for
the children's
ladies.
section.
Yeah. She was sexy Top Gun.
But no, that's a good thing though. That's
Right.
not only is it changing you physically, but what does that do to your confidence? You know,
Oh, I feel a lot better in
it's
everything
amazing.
I wear now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Talk to me, Goose.
Yeah. What about
I
you,
was
Mark?
Maverick.
What
I-
were you part of the Top Gun series as well?
I used to
Iceman.
have those glasses, man.
Iceman.
So I had eye surgery on Monday, so I couldn't do any workouts at all this
Eye
week.
surgery. What'd you have? Like LASIK or something?
No, like
He's still
my,
wearing glasses.
my
Oh, yeah.
retina. Yeah, so I went
Good
because
call.
I was like, man, my glasses are screwed up. So first thing, I'm gonna fix it myself.
Go figure.
I went on Amazon. I said, "Oh, glasses restore," because I kept seeing this stuff in my peripheral vision. And I thought my lenses were screwed up. I said, I just got to polish these things out, you know, get some of these imperfections on the glass off. And so I read the front of the label, took my glasses off, rubbed the stuff all over it, buffed it off, and it just destroyed the glasses. I put it back on, and through my cloudy lenses, I'm looking, and on the back of the label it says, "Not to be used on eyeglasses."
Made
Are
in-
you kidding me?
Made in China.
So I immediately had to go to the glasses place, and so I said I'll go to Lens Crafter because I used to make them in an hour. I said I'll have a new pair of glasses in an hour, not a big deal. I go in there, they do an eye exam, and I said, yeah, I've been having problems, and I noticed a couple nights ago I was like seeing this like circular like little flick of light like every time I blink. I can only see it at night. And they're like, what'd you say? I said, yeah, I'm seeing like this half circle of light over here. And they're like, yeah, okay. So then they put me through all these different pictures of my eye and stuff. And then the optometrist comes in and says, you need to go see a retinal specialist immediately. Here's one. And I called them and they said, you need to get in here today.
Wow.
So I couldn't make it that day. I went in the next morning.
Typical.
Yeah. I went in the next morning and they're like, yeah, your retina.
I need to go now. Okay,
Your
I'll be there tomorrow.
Your retina is detaching from your eye,
Oh,
from your
Jesus.
optic nerve.
That's
in
old
the back.
age.
Yeah.
That's old
And-
age.
And I was like, what is that from? He said, well, you either had an injury or it's hereditary or something like that.
Happened when you were a cop.
And he said, but he said, you've got, I counted over 400 holes around the edge of your retina, and it's literally coming off. Like,
Ew.
we need to do this surgery. We're doing it in like 20 minutes.
Holy shit.
And so he does this exam, and it was, I mean, it was horrible.
They blow that air in your eye because that fucks me
No,
over.
worse,
Bang,
dude.
bang.
No. He said, okay, this first exam, we're going to actually touch your eyeball with this thing. and here comes this big old needle-looking thing. Whoa.
Ah.
I was like, what are you talking about? He said, don't move.
Oh, fuck
Bam.
no.
And it touches me right
Oh,
on the
fuck
eye.
no.
And I was like, "Ugh."
Ah.
And it did,
Yeah,
and it
man.
hurt. It hurt.
No.
So then he's like, yeah, I got to do this exam. And I says, is this going to hurt? He says, yeah, I'm going to put these numbing drops in there. So he puts them in, and like within 10 minutes. And I looked over, and he had this big, long metal thing. And I was like, I just looked away. I said, man, I don't even want to think about that going into my eye. But it looked like something you would clean your teeth with. I thought it was the dentist.
That's
like-
some UFO shit right there.
So he starts
I know.
scraping like
Ew.
the back of my eye and stuff. I was
Ew.
freaking out. And
Ew.
then,
Did you do that sober?
yeah.
Oh, fuck no.
I went in,
fuck
I didn't
no.
know what was coming. So, and then the guy, he says, okay, I'm going to put this light in your eye. And
You will call me Bubba.
so,
See, this is why I loved our fire guys, is because I don't like living hurt, injured. I can't. Like, no. Give me dead
This-
people all day. but
Veronica's
living-
traumatized over
I
here.
am. I
oh,
hate
it's going to get worse.
Ugh.
So this light, he uses this clamp to open my eyelid. And he shines this light in my eye. And it was on this little tiny fiber optic thing. It was super dark in the room. And he just had it on this little thing on the end of his glasses that he's looking into my eye with. But he hit me in the eye with that thing. It was so incredibly painful. And it seemed like, I can only describe it as, like, just imagine your head going through a bubble of light. And as soon as he hit my eye with that thing, everything was bright white. I was so disoriented. I didn't know where my feet were. I'm like reaching out, and
You might have died.
He's like, "You need to settle
what it
down. You
looks
need
like.
to relax.
Don't go to the
heaven.
light.
You need to settle down. You need to relax. You need to relax." And I'm like clenching this chair, man, with all I could. He's like, "Quit moving your eye around. Try looking at your feet." I said, "I don't know where my feet are." And he says,
Nope.
Think of where your feet would be." And that kind of helped me. I mean, that's how disorienting this thing was. And he says, "All right, I'm going to hit you with the laser, and you're going to feel it. It's going to hurt. I'm just telling you
No,
right now."
I would. My
So then-
retina would just detach.
So he-
I wouldn't
Take
go
the
over
eye.
the
He
eye.
Veronica
zapped,
already
he zapped me with the
Yeah.
with the thing, and this is what it felt like. It felt like he had just taken a needle and shoved it into my eye,
Ew.
and then heated it up, and I could just feel it like burning the inside of my eye, and it hurt so incredible. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" He said, "All right." He says,
Where's the
I
pain
did
medicine?
one, yeah, I did one shot with the
Seriously.
laser," and he said, "Okay, I didn't think you'd be able to take it." He said, "But
You took it like a champ.
what I
Excuse
what I
I'm
did,
like-
what I
I'm
did."
dying over
I
here.
tacked
hate
it
this
down. He said,
story.
I tacked it down on one corner. He said, so it's not going to come off. He said, I'm going to give you a bunch of pain meds. I'm going to give you some Xanax, which is the first time I've been on psych meds in 5 years. He says, you take this before you get here on Monday. He said, this will hold it for the weekend, but you need to be in there first thing Monday morning. He says, I'm coming back on a flight at 9. I land at 9. I'll be here at 10 from the airport,
Oh my
and I'm doing you
God.
right away. I said, all right, man.
How the fuck did we get to this from Tuesdays with Tony?
Dude, I
I
don't
know.
know. I'm
I'm
sorry.
like now I'm having like panic
I'm
attacks.
sorry.
And
So that's why I
I'm not
couldn't
well.
work out this
Mark
week.
just described a horror film.
I
That's-
know. It was
that's- yeah, welcome to
terrible.
Halloween.
Veronica's quivering in the
I
corner over here.
am. I
So-
don't like this.
Anyway, that's why I didn't work out this week. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I couldn't
Speechless
even
right
grab it
now.
So basically I'm saying I got a note from my doctor
I
as to
don't
why
even know why.
I didn't work out.
We
and,
went
and
down
I got
that
a note
road.
from my doctor.
Jesus.
You asked about it.
Holy
I need to see my
shit.
counselor now.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Tony, save us.
Seriously, can we change
Have a
the
good day,
subject?
guys.
Monday was worse. Just to let you know. The surgery was worse. Than
So for our next, this is the 6th week, so 6th habit change. We are going to instill 30 minutes of some form of stress relief or an exercise. Of
Wait, we already
mental-
did that, right?
No.
4 days a week, 30 minutes
No,
workout.
that's
No.
that's
This is a
activity.
stress
This
relief.
is
So
this is like meditation. This is
Alcohol.
No,
Oh.
no,
This is
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
that's
Mindfulness.
What I was thinking like sit at the beach and have a drink.
Nope, no alcohol, no
mindfulness to
pot,
me.
nothing
No,
of
no.
like that
No
involved.
mimosas on like Tuesday.
Yeah, no, it's a clear mind, and you have to deal with whatever's in there for 30 minutes. So basically,
I don't have 30 minutes in a day. to do
Well,
that.
so break it up. Do 10 minutes at a time or 5 minutes at a time. Every hour, do 5 minutes of deep breathing, something like that.
Okay.
So breathe when you shit, Veronica, because
There
that's
you go.
about the only time you have.
Yeah, no, like something like that. Or even if it's just 30 minutes of reading a day, something like that that's going to stimulate or, kind of bring your mind
Listen to
a
an
level
audiobook. Is that
point.
good?
Yeah,
That's
totally
right.
fine.
I like it.
Yeah, like for me, what I do, because I'm traveling to Sun City West a lot, I'm listening to an audiobook. It's called, I either listen to Unfuck Yourself or there's another one.
How to
It's like
unfuck
the
yourself. That's a good book.
Unfuck Yourself is great. A book.
Yeah.
Read it. Seriously, it's great. Or listen to it, whatever. And then the other one is the Simple Art of Not Giving a Fuck or something like that. But it's a mental clearance.
I'm seeing a common theme in your reading list. Just to
Tony's
let you know.
Tony's fucked. Is
well,
what he's. is
well,
what
I'm
he's
also,
saying.
but I'm also reading the Wheat Belly one too. So like I'm listening to a couple and reading a couple, but I'm finding that it's really, really helping me mentally.
Right.
And
Which-
so I wanted to really throw this in there to see if it really is just me or if it does help
So
everyone.
I think, driving for me, because
Yeah.
I drive all over
Yeah.
the place, like hours sometimes. So that's my
As-
me time. Where
100%, yeah.
Okay.
What about like
and what I would suggest is either turn on like some form of like
K-Jazz?
meditative music or even turn off the music.
Right.
Try it like that, something like that. It's crazy what happens when you are with yourself,
Crazy.
What about
That's
if you're
exactly what it is. Like,
Yeah, literally.
Nobody wants to be alone with themselves.
But you have to
No.
bring
That is
those. You have to bring that hyper consciousness out to calm those voices. To calm those stressors.
Okay.
So that's what I've experienced.
So
at least.
30
nice
minutes a day.
30
Yep.
minutes.
Yep.
That's about a good cigar, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
6 divided by 5, that's 30, right?
The cigar, dude. He says no.
So for
out
6
external
hours, you do
stuff.
5 minutes of
can't
deep
smoke.
breathing.
You can't
Yeah,
smoke.
we could smoke
That's
a cigar.
easy.
He didn't say no cigars. He said no alcohol.
You're not allowed to smoke.
Fuck yes.
See? What? I fucking told you it's a cigar.
Dude,
It's not.
It's a cigar.
It's not hemp.
it's nicotine, bro.
No,
I don't care.
you don't
Alright.
inhale cigar. You don't.
Well,
inhale
here's the
cigar.
thing. Nicotine's really not that bad.
It's not that bad.
All right.
Teabag's off his fucking weed, so I guess I could stay off the fucking tobacco.
Wait,
Okay.
I never said I was off.
I thought you said no
What are you talking
weed.
about?
No, I'm saying for the 30-minute, like that period, there should be no form of mind-altering things.
See, tobacco doesn't mind alter.
You're so
So
full
we're good.
of it. Of course,
Yeah,
it's
we're totally
calming.
good. It's
that's
calming.
why people do
Okay,
it.
yeah,
because
you're
they're
right. You're right.
calming down.
Nicotine is. You're right. You're right. Nicotine is like
Fuck you,
calming
Mark.
when you're
Yeah,
doing
I
it. So,
took that away from you.
Fuck
That
you
makes sense.
and fuck your ideas.
well, because it might alter
And your
your
eye story
thoughts.
that fucked me up.
It could alter your thoughts in some form. That's why.
All right.
That's
Oh, man.
Mhm.
So,
All right, we're on it.
all right. So we are crossing the finish line, Tony. We will take a break, but you have something coming up,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
And
what?
for
Something
those
more?
of you, so for those of you who are just learning about this, which is pretty much everyone, including Veronica and Mark, Tony and I have devised a plan
Uh-oh.
where we are going to try, on top of whatever he comes up with, we're gonna go out and we're gonna do float therapy.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm gonna get a hold of the owner of this particular float therapy.
I'll wear my one piece.
Well, you're supposed to do it nude.
Speedos.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it
Well,
nude.
I
yeah.
won't do it
no.
in front of you guys, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
Well, no. Highly suggested. Nude
Yeah,
is
you
the
should
only
do it
way you
nude.
should do it.
Tony and I have done it,
Really?
and we're gonna
Together.
Holding hands.
Yeah.
Floating all.
We're
all
like,
around.
hey,
We won't
yeah.
see anything because our heads will all be touching.
Hey, we didn't interlock fingers.
Yeah.
Don't
We're
worry.
in a big, in
We're like, is that a periscope coming up the window? What is that?
a big sunflower pattern.
Yeah. So
Who's that knocking on the pod?
Yeah. So individually,
Oh my gosh.
individually, we will.
Wow.
I'm gonna get with the owner, and the 11th of every month, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
First responder day.
We will have our own rooms individually, and I will take Veronica's kindly donated a GoPro, so I will get that, and then you can use your phones to record the experience. We'll edit it all together.
Awesome.
We'll find out how it works. The float therapy on top of the salt. What is that?
It's a Himalayan salt cave, is what it is.
Yeah.
So all of their bricks are basically in the
That's
whole
awesome.
room is
That's really good
Himalayan
for
salt.
you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
You
we're-
walk in there and immediately feel it. It's crazy.
So we're gonna try that after we wrap up this week. I'm in works with that company to get us 4 rooms,
Awesome.
separate rooms. And
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Privacy.
You don't have anything to worry about, Veronica, because there's nothing worse than 3 guys. You're like, what is that a pair? What is that? Mark's gonna be like, does this look swollen to you, Teabag? So, all right, Tony, I appreciate you giving us 6 weeks. For the followers out there, do it. Go back and watch the podcast. Start them from week 1. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about the way I feel. I have more energy. I've discovered that bread is my weakness. I'm not happy about it. So appreciate you guys coming out, and see you in week 6, brother.
Well, and we'll kind of go over and kind of summarize everything next week.
Next week.
So
Excellent.
bring your swimsuits.
Oh.
That's
not much.
You
Before-
definitely.
You have a before, so you need to bring your
yeah,
after.
I made a mistake of telling you all that.
Yeah, you don't want to see
Please,
any
no,
part
no
of that.
banana
Yeah.
hammocks.
You don't want no part of that world, because we don't
I ain't
look.
ashamed of nothing. Just gonna say that.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Adios.
Out.